Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. This is your reading. Remember, it will not resonate with everyone, but I'm hoping to reach the majority of you. But this is for Gemini, 5-card spread. The general energies coming in for Gemini. Better be careful of arguments. I saw the 5 of Swords try to pop out, but if it's meant to be, it'll pop out again. Let's see what's coming in. I'm hoping for a positive reading. If not, we'll work through it, I leave all my cards in the deck. I do not take out negative cards just to give everybody a positive reading. I give out truthful cards. I mean, that's why you're watching, right? Got the Death in the upright. Something ended, something needs to end, or you need and even like arguments or something negative in your life needs to end. Now, the Death card is not a bad card. It just means something needs to be finalized. Old habits need to die away. Bad habits, things that aren't good for you. So that way you could revive yourself and live again. Could be just, negativity in itself. But let's see. This is a 5-card spread. In the past, you're losing a bit of strength. That's the 9 of Wands in reverse. And we're going to clarify these, because once I clarify, I may give it a whole different story. Oftentimes it does. The obstacle, you're having trouble coming out of anxiety. Knight of Swords, that is you as a present environment, or it could be another Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. They are in the upright. Outside situations that may be causing a lot of this is the Knight of Discs. This could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. They are in reverse. Final outcome, you're worried. You're just worried. Let's find out what's going on. Maybe get some clarifying cards and see what's more of the story. Now, you feel like you're losing strength. You feel like things are not going the way you're wanting, or it could be that somebody is ill and losing strength, and maybe that's why you got to put something behind you. For a few of you, you might have lost somebody in your life, somebody significant. But others, it's just getting rid of bad habits or getting rid of anxiety that no longer serve you. And if you're dealing with somebody that's going through all this, like this cards are showing, maybe they need to, get well. Maybe they're sick, whoever you're dealing with. But the 9 of Wands in reverse, why you there for Gemini? Broken partnerships, maybe. Having trouble with partnerships. If you're losing strength, they're exhausting you. 9 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Cups. Why are you in reverse? So it's manipulative behaviors. Someone was manipulating you. We got the Magician in reverse. It's someone who's being very manipulative, whether you're doing this or somebody else is doing it to you. It's exhausting the person. It's exhausting somebody. So, and it might have broken a partnership or a contract. Something that you cared about or loved. Now, the obstacle is coming out of anxiety. It's the 9 of Swords in reverse. Why are you there for Gemini? Why is Gemini having anxiety? Yeah, that's you having anxiety, I'm pretty sure. But it could be another Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. That is the Princess of Swords in the upright. The air energy is in the upright. Now, can I get another card for the 9 of Swords in reverse and the Princess of Swords in the upright? Why are you there? Again, someone needs to come in anxiety. That's the 9 of Swords again. That means it's very important when it comes up choice. It's very important that you regain your strength. Even though maybe a manipulative situation happened in the past, I feel like your energy is down. And I'm thinking this is more of, again, people really in their head over a situation that was very negative in their life. And that Death card means it needs to end. That's what it means, that the anxiety needs to end or it's going to make you sick. So, I don't remember what the last reading was, but sometimes the energies continue on from that, or this is a total new energy. It could be that you're just not feeling well. It could also be that somebody really took advantage of a situation, like I said, whether you or the other person. Now, you are in the upright here with the Knight of Swords in the upright. Why are you there for Gemini? What's going on here? Again, it could be an earth energy. They're in reverse, Prince of Disc. So you're dealing with someone who's not happy with you, or not happy with the situation around, or causing a little bit of a ruckus, or maybe just not getting along with you. It's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Can I get another card? This is for the Knight of Swords and the Prince of Disc. Why are you there for Gemini? What's going on? And you're dealing with a couple of people or someone with a lot of this in their chart. They could have earth and fire, air, all these. But it also could be short tempers. It could be energy. The Prince of Wands is someone in reverse, are very short tempered, and they, yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff going on here. You're dealing with quite a few people. It's a Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So I see every sign here. So any of you Geminis, you know, it doesn't matter. All the signs have been called. You know, whoever is dealing with who or what. But I see someone with a short temper. And I also see someone trying to regain emotional stability if it's not a water sign. But things are a little going amok where people are trying to work out a situation, but someone else is like really... I hate to use the word losing it, but their temper is just way too flaring up way too much, and it's causing a lot of hurt and pain. Now, the outside environment is the Knight of Disc. It is in reverse. Why are you there for Gemini? Why are you there in reverse? Change. Then you feel like they're not going to change. The situation hasn't changed. They haven't dropped whatever they were doing, or whatever the situation was, or you haven't dropped what you were doing with a negative situation. And so someone may feel like they have to end the situation all the way around, or it's going to cause a lot of anxiety. And we did have that twice. So that is something you need to deal with. No matter what you got to do, the anxiety's got to go. So the Knight of Disc, the Two of Pentacles, both in reverse. Why are you there? Could be also someone dropped the ball on something that was promised to somebody, and they just dropped it and didn't go forward. So Knight of Disc, the Two of Pentacles, both in reverse. Why are you there? The Empress in reverse. Yeah, there's no growth. They dropped the situation, and they didn't go forward with something. In the end, you feel abandoned, or they feel abandoned. Because that's the Five of Pentacles. They feel like left out, abandoned in the cold. They feel like they're worried with the Five of Pentacles. Why are you there? Five of Pentacles. Why are you there for Gemini? I'm thinking this is for Gemini. They had a little bit of a falling out. And messages aren't going through. People aren't talking to each other. Five of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Why are you there? Eight of Wands. Why are you there? Completion. Okay, some of you, this is for Geminis that had a falling out, possibly, well, there's all the signs are here. They had a falling out with somebody over a manipulative situation. I don't think this is from the Geminis from the last readings, because there's so many of you, and there are different decans, there are different sections that the energies pick up. But what's happening here is someone needs to put an end to some negativity that's in their life, whether getting rid of somebody out of their life or just getting rid of the negative behavior that's involved, because there's manipulative situations going on. Okay? And it could have to do with a partnership, love, or whatever, but it's something that you cared about emotionally, but it taxed your strength. It's literally making you sick, because I see the two anxiety cards here in reverse, and you're in between it, your sign. Now, I see you're still able to cope You're not all the way through with this, so maybe the other person is having anxiety, and maybe that's why things got dropped. You know, it's going to be different for everybody. But this Gemini is dealing with a few situations or a few different people, or people with tempers, or people that are just out of sorts. It doesn't, I guess it doesn't have to be a temper, but it's someone who is unable to commit to anything right now with the Prince of Wands in reverse, because that's what it means. They're non-committal. They're all over the place. And someone's trying to get their emotions back together, but it also could be another water sign or a water sign. And I do see that there's a lot of earth here. So again, that's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. In the outside environment, the things aren't going to change and are not going to have no growth because someone is in reverse. Someone is not being 100% or can't be 100% for some reason. So I see someone who's feeling left out. Someone feels left out in the cold, or communications occurring, and I got a completion card here, and it could have something to do with the happily ever after home. It could have to do with your home, but it doesn't have to be your home. It could just mean something just completed to have to do with your home. Now in the end, something does positive happen. You gain your independence with the Nine of Pentacles. That's the ending energy. So I'm thinking some of you may sweep something under the rug and gain your independence. So you have gain in your life and overall independence and stability. Going for that overall independence and stability. But it's close to it. So I'm thinking some of you will come out of this anxiety, because this shows the ending energy. But I see that a lot of you have already been going through this, whoever this resonates with. But because you are gaining your independence, or somebody around you is, there may a fight occur, an argument. Remember that Five of Swords tried to get out earlier? You know? Well, there it is. It's the Five of Swords. So be careful of arguments. When someone's trying to break free and gain their independence, someone else may not like it, and an argument may erupt. And you don't want to get it this way. The situation here, if you want to change this up, because you can change your path, you can take a detour, is if you can, is not to deal with manipulative behaviors anymore and sweep it under the rug, because it's just going to make you sick if you don't, and you're the one in between. So I don't know if you're the one making someone sick or you're the one that's sick, but I'm thinking a lot of you, it's you that's sick, because you're in the upright here also, but you got all kind of people around you, or I'm talking to a lot of Geminis dealing with different signs. Of course, things haven't changed, and someone's going to feel left out in the cold, and someone decides they're going to gain their independence and start going for growth again in their lives, but someone will see it and get mad, and it'll cause an argument. So right here is, don't get to this point. Don't even argue, you know? Even if someone calls you on the phone, or whoever I'm talking to, whether they're cross watchers or whatever, don't answer if it's going to cause the fight, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I still got the Knight of Disc in reverse here. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Someone may be over drinking or over, partying too much. Or they're not being very cordial if they are going out with you. So that may be a reason why the argument occurs. So be careful of that. Because someone wants to come out of abandonment. So someone's going to want to talk later. Whether you're going to want to talk or we're going to talk, they're going to say, I want to come out of abandonment. And I don't want this tower situation anymore. Let's avoid this tower that is crumbling of our home or our happiness. Or even when it comes to finances, they want to come out of that with you, or you them, and move forward again with the Chariot and the Upright and the Sun, and bring happiness. So it's really up to you, but watch that Five of Swords, because I have a feeling people are going to say something to each other, and it's going to really go off kilter. I'm serious. This is not a good card. So you got to avoid that Five of Swords for you to enjoy your situation. Maybe you just need a break of tempers, but that Death card in the beginning, it needs to end. The anxiety and the manipulation need to end, whoever's doing it, because it's just going to make someone sick. Okay? So be careful of the manipulation or the manipulator. And just, you're I see you as in the upright. The cards show it. You see it. That just keep your good head on your shoulders and stay away from manipulative behaviors, you know. Keep it going the way you're supposed to. And don't worry about it and go for your happiness, because it is there. It is obtainable. So I'm going to give you another reading. I may give you a bonus reading because I see this as an argument. I don't know if this has anything to do with the Geminis I gave a reading before, but it looks like a different energy, or it could be that you're just dealing with a different situation. So I'll give you another bonus reading. If you'd like to hear about it, hit subscribe button, ring that bell so you'll know. And I'll talk to you later, okay? And keep it's just anxiety. It's just arguments. Just don't give into it and don't let it make you sick. And try not to rock the boat with somebody else so you can avoid this Five of Swords and gain happiness. Because if you do, you will gain happiness. Someone's gonna argue what they want, and it may get a little too heated. So just keep that under wraps and you'll be okay, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.